Here's a YouTube-style article for a video about the evolution of the Jeep Cherokee focusing on the first generation, 1974. This script-style article is designed to be engaging, informative, and around suitable for narration without needing to show driving footage or handling reviews. Title: The Evolution of an Icon. A Jeep Cherokee First Generation, 1974. Intro. A0 Welcome back, Jeep fans and classic SUV lovers. Today, we're diving into the origins of one of America's most iconic off-road names, the Jeep Cherokee. This video is all about where it all began, the first generation, which debuted in 1974. This was more than just a new model. It was a bold move that helped shape the SUV market we know today. So buckle up, and let's journey back to the birth of the Cherokee. Chapter 1. A New Breed. A 1974 arrival. A045. In the early 70s, Jeep was already a well-established brand. Owned by AMC at the time, Jeep had a solid reputation with the CJ series and the Wagoneer. But AMC saw something in the market that others didn't, a new kind of driver. They envisioned a vehicle that combined rugged utility with everyday comfort, as something that could take you off-road, but also to work, school, or night out. And in 1974, the answer rolled off the production line, the Jeep Cherokee SJ. This was not just another Wagoneer clone, though it shared the same platform. The Cherokee was pitched as a sportier, more youthful alternative, a sport utility vehicle long before the term became trendy. Chapter 2. The design that stood out. A2 Visually, the 1974 Cherokee made a statement. It was offered as a two-door SUV, bold and muscular, with squared-off fenders, a prominent front grille, and high ground clearance. Its body-on-frame construction borrowed from the Wagoneer but stripped away the chrome and luxury in favor of a tougher, more utilitarian vibe. That two-door layout was key. While most full-size SUVs of the time leaned toward family and comfort, the Cherokee felt like a Jeep meant for individuals, for adventurers, and for those who wanted something different. Inside, it was still quite basic by modern standards: bench seats, metal trim, simple gauge, but there was space, functionality, and rugged charm. You could get it with optional bucket seats, a rear seat delete for more cargo space, and even a floor-mounted shifter for some real off-road cred. Chapter 3. Power under the hood. A330. AMC gave buyers several engine choices, and they all spoke to the Cherokee's dual personality: capable and powerful. The base engine was an inline-six, the 258 cubic inch, 4.2 liters, known for being durable and torquey, but many opted for the V8s, most notably, the 360 V8, and the 401 V8, the most powerful option, pushing out around 215 horsepower and 320 pounds-feet of torque. These engines weren't about speed, they were about grunt, towing power, and trail capability. Mated to either manual or automatic transmissions and combined with Jeep's full-time or part-time 4WD systems, the Cherokee was a workhorse that could handle almost anything. Chapter 4. Sport utility. Pioneer. A5 While we use the term SUV casually today, in the mid-70s it was still forming. The Jeep Cherokee SJ was one of the first vehicles to actively blur the lines between a truck, a wagon, and a car. AMC actually marketed the Cherokee as a sport utility vehicle, possibly the first use of that term in advertising. It was aimed squarely at a younger, more active demographic. Ski trips, mountain drives, camping weekends. This was the Cherokee lifestyle. It gave people the idea that a rugged off-road vehicle didn't have to be a stripped-down CJ. It could be roomy, it could be civilized, and you could drive it every day. This shifting mindset laid the foundation for the SUV explosion that would follow in the decades to come. Chapter 5. Evolution through the years. A630. Although the first-generation Cherokee lasted a full 10 years, from 1974 to 1983, its core identity remained surprisingly consistent, but there were some important updates over time. In 1975, a four-door version was introduced, a major development. At first, it was less popular than the two-door, but it hinted at the SUV future, where practicality and family use would become key. By the late 70s, You could get trim packages like the Cherokee Chief, Golden Eagle, and Laredo. These special editions brought unique graphics, wheels, and more upscale features, marking the beginning of the luxury SUV trend we see today. The Quadra-Track full-time 4WD system, introduced earlier in the Wagoneer, became a standout feature in the Cherokee too. It allowed for better year-round traction and convenience, appealing to drivers who didn't want to manually engage 4WD. The 1980s brought slight cosmetic changes, grills, trim, and interior upgrades, but the Cherokee SJ remained true to its roots until the second generation arrived in 1984. Chapter 6, Cultural Impact. A830. The first-gen Cherokee didn't just pave the way for other Jeeps, it helped reshape the entire automotive landscape. In the 70s, American families were still mostly driving sedans and wagons. Trucks were for work, Jeeps were for the trail, but the Cherokee changed that. It showed the world you could have one vehicle that did it all. It also influenced competitors. Ford, Chevrolet, and others began to develop their own SUV lines in response to Jeep's growing success. The Cherokee had kicked open the DAW era, and soon, everyone was stepping through it. Even in pop culture, the Cherokee was a recognizable shape. It might not have been flashy, but it carried that air of purpose and rugged independence that resonated with a wide range of people. Chapter 7, Legacy of the SJ810. When the first-gen Cherokee ended production in 1983, it left behind a blueprint for success. Its successor, the XJ Cherokee, would become one of the most important SUVs in history, but it was standing on the shoulders of the SJ. Today, the 1974 and 1983 Jeep Cherokee is a collector's gem, especially the early two-door models with V8 engines and classic trim packages. Restored models are climbing in value, and the off-road community still reveres them for their durability and authentic 4x4 character. But more than that, the SJ Cherokee represents a moment when Jeep looked ahead and saw what others didn't, a world where cars needed to be versatile, where adventure and utility could coexist, and where the SUV would become king. Closing thoughts. A1130. The 1974 Jeep Cherokee didn't arrive with a splashy commercial or flashy redesign, but what it started was nothing short of revolutionary. It was bold, it was different, and it was right on time. So whether you own one, remember seeing one, or are just discovering it today, the first-generation Cherokee deserves a place in the spotlight. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more deep dives into automotive legends. Until next time, keep your wheels turning and your adventures alive. Would you like me to create a thumbnail concept or video description to go with this?